Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 1 verse is from chapter 11 and 3 verse from chapter 12. Okay, the on board it is written the verse from 12th chapter, verse number 3. Okay, I may myself read the other verses, then we recite together. Evam viharai kaumaram jahaturbraje nilayantahi setubandhair markato utpalanadibhi. In this way, Krishna and Balaram passed their childhood age in Brajabhumi by engaging in activities of childish play, such as playing hide and seek, constructing a make-believe bridge on the ocean, and jumping here and there like monkeys. Then, 12th chapter. Text 1. Shri Sukha Vacha Kochid Banasaya Mano Dadhat Kochid Banasaya Mano Dadhat Brajat Prata Samuthaya Vayasya Vatsapan Prabodhayan Sringa Rabena Charuna Vinirgato Vatsaha Purahaswara Hari. Sukadeva Goswami continued, O king, one day Krishna decided to take his breakfast as a picnic in the forest. Having risen early in the morning, he blew his bugle made of horn and woke all the cowherd boys and calves with its beautiful sound. Then Krishna and the boys, keeping their respective groups of calves before them, proceeded from Brajabhumi to the forest. Text 2. Tenaiva sakam pruthukaha sahasrasa snigdha susigvetraha visana venava swan swan sahasro pari apari sankhya nyubitan vatsan puraskritya viniryayurmudaha. At that time, hundreds and thousands of cowherd boys came out of their respective homes in Brajabhumi and joined Krishna, keeping before them their hundreds and thousands of groups of calves. The boys were very beautiful, and they were equipped with lunch bags, bugles, flutes, and sticks for controlling the calves. Then today's verse. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Along with the cowherd boys and their own groups of calves, Krishna came out with an unlimited number of calves assembled. Then all the boys began to sport in the forest in a greatly playful spirit. Purport. In this verse, the words Krishna Vatsair Asankhyatai are significant. The word Asankhyatai means unlimited. Krishna's calves were unlimited. We may speak of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions, trillions, tens of trillions, and so on. But when we go further to speak of numbers, impossible for us to count. We are speaking of unlimited numbers. Such unlimited numbers are indicated here by the word asankhyatai. Krishna is unlimited. His potency is unlimited. His cows and calves are unlimited. And his space is unlimited. Therefore, He is described in Bhagavad Gita as Parabrahman. The word Brahman means unlimited, and Krishna is the supreme unlimited, Parabrahman. Therefore, we should not consider the statements of this verse to be mythological. They are factual, but inconceivable. Krishna can accommodate an unlimited number of curves and an unlimited measurement of space. This is neither mythological nor false. But if we study Krishna's potency with our limited knowledge, that potency will never be possible to understand. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyahi. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 12109. Our senses cannot perceive how he could keep an unlimited number of calves and cows and have unlimited space in which to do so. But this is answered in the Brihat Bhagavatamritam. Evam Prabhu Priyanam cha Dhamnascha Samayasya cha Abhichintya Prabhavatatvat Atra Kinchinna Durghatam. Sri Sanatana Goswami in Brihat Bhagavatamrita states that since everything about Krishna is unlimited, nothing is impossible for him. It is in this sense that we have to understand this verse. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurubhe Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam. Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnambhamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanitamscha Mukhaṁ karoti vācālaṁ pangvaṁ langhayate girim yatkripa tamahang vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Parama Nandamadhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we have to discuss 4 verses from previous chapter. There is verse 59. then this chapter, 12th chapter, there is 3 verses. Verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. So, yesterday, we have heard about how the cowherd men headed by Nanda Maharaj enjoyed topics about the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram with great transcendental pleasure, and they could not even perceive material tribulations. So this is the way how to make our life successful, the human life successful, how to perceive the material tribulations, how to forget all the miseries that is we are experiencing in this lifetime. Srimad Bhagavatam in the beginning, it is told that dharma sanushtitat pungsa vishwaksena katha suja na utpadayed jadiratim sramayevahi kevalam. One may perform his duties perfectly, remaining following the varnashrama system, varnashrama dharma, whether he is a brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha or sannyasi. He may be performing his duty perfectly, but if he is not developing his interest in hearing Krishna Katha, Vishwaksena Katha Suja, na utpadayet jadiratim, if he is not developing attachment for hearing Krishna Katha, about Krishna's appearance and his divine activities, then Sukadeva Goswami gave a warning that Sama evahi kevalam. We are simply spending our time uselessly. There is no value. Whatever we are doing, that is only but for a show. If someone is actually developing in spiritual life, then he will develop attachment for hearing Krishna Katha. That's why Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men headed by Nanda Maharaj enjoyed topics about the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. And they have no other thing to discuss. Day and night they are simply engaged in discussing Krishna Katha. Matchita, madgata prana, bodhayanta parasparam, kathayantascha mam nityam tusyanti cha ramanti cha. That is, Krishna himself declared in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, 9th verse, who is my devotee? And Matchita, a devotee's mind is always fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. Madgata prana, the whole life is dedicated for service of Krishna. Madgata prana. Bodhayanta parasparam, when the devotee they meet each other, then they have no other business. They simply discuss about Krishna. Kathayantas chamam nityam. They always engaged in talking and discussing about Krishna. Krishna's appearance, his activities, divine janma, karma, chame, divyam. The transcendental appearance and his activities, that is the subject matter for devotees. They always discuss these things. That's why Prabhupada gave us this Bhagavatam class. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. To discuss every day Bhagavatam. You have to hear Bhagavatam from a person Bhagavat. Bhagavat, 2 types. It's book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat. So we have, every day, regularly we have to hear Bhagavatam. That is, Prabhupada gave us as one of the sadhanas, most important 5 sadhanas, to stay in Mathura, not simply in body, not to keeping the body in Mathura, but keep your mind in Mathura. That is more powerful. Always think of Krishna's pastimes in Brajabhumi, just like we are discussing. So, staying in Brajadham and doing deity worship, then Kirtan, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, serving devotees. 5 most potent sadhana. So that's why Prabhupada gave us this. You have to hear Bhagavatam regularly. So that's why Nanda Maharaj and the other Gopas and Brajavasis, they are topmost devotees of the Lord. So what is their activity? They are day and night, they are simply remembering Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's activities. They have no other topic to discuss. So in this way, the Brajavasis, by their own example, they teaches us to how to spend the time. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur used to say, how we should spend our life. Aradhya Bhagavan Braje Satanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachid Upasana Brajavadhu Vargena Jakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarthamahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhurmatamidam Tatrodharana Paraha. This is the opinion of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Our worshipable Lord is Brajendranandan Krishna. And He is Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Lord, cause of all causes. Aradhya Bhagavan Bhajesata Tadhama. Similarly, we have to worship His eternal pastime place Vrindavan. Tadhama Vrindavanam. And we have to follow the footsteps of the Brajavasis. How their day and night spending simply talking about Krishna, discussing about Krishna. They have no other subject matter. That is, we have to follow the footprints of the Brajavasis. Specifically Brajavadhus, the gopis. They day and night simply concentrate on Krishna. They talk about Krishna. So that is our duty. Brajavadhu Vargena Ja Kalpita. Try to learn how to love Krishna. Goal of life is not simply Mukhya, attend Mukhya. Goal of life is Prema Pumartha Mahan. That is Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. This is the proof. It's given in Bhagavatam, specifically 10th cantos. This detailed description of Lord Sri Krishna's pastimes, his appearance and his pastimes. So that is the goal of life is Prema Pumartha Mahan. We have to achieve the love of Godhead. That is our goal. So that's why we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly. Regularly, specifically, the Lord Sri Krishna's, those who are Krishna Bhaktas, they have to concentrate on the Krishna's pastimes. They have to learn always Krishna's pastimes. And like Hanuman, you see he is a Rama, perfect devotee of Lord Rama. And he did not see even other form of the Lord. He want to see only Sitaram. If you any other form stand in even his Lord Vishnu Narayan, but in front of Hanuman don't want to see any other form. He want only the form of Sitaram. Similarly, the Krishna Bhaktas also can learn from Hanuman how to fix your mind at the feet of your worshipable Lord. Radha Krishna, that's why Narottam Das Thakur says, Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Arnahi Mora. We should not have any other. Our worshipable Lord is Radha Krishna. In life, whether in this life or life after, I should meditate on their lotus feet, aspiring for how to serve them, how to please them. Those who are specifically, or someone is the Sakhya, they have to meditate the Krishna, Balaram and other cowherd boys. Someone is Vatsalya, they have to meditate on Mother Jasoda, how and Nanda and the elderly gopis, how they nourish Krishna. So, in this way, in this particular chapter, the chapter 12, the killing of demon Aghasura, this pastimes actually happened when Krishna was only 5 years old. He was 5 years old. So to this chapter, Prabhupada gave a very nice introduction. I am going to read, it is very helpful. This chapter describes in detail Krishna's pastimes of killing Aghasura. One day Krishna wanted to enjoy a picnic lunch within the forest. Therefore, he went out early into the forest with the other cowherd boys, accompanied by their respective groups of calves. While they were enjoying their picnic, Aghasura, the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura, appeared there, desiring to kill Krishna and his companions. The demons who had been sent by Kamsa assumed the form of a python, expanding himself to a length of 8 miles and the height of a mountain, his mouth seeming to extend from the surface of the earth to the heavenly planets. Having assumed this feature, Aghasura lay on the road. Krishna's friends, the cowherd boys, thought that the demon's form was one of the beautiful spots of Vrindavan. Thus, they wanted to enter within the mouth of the gigantic python. The gigantic feature of the python became a subject for their sporting pleasure, and they began to laugh, confident that even if this figure were dangerous, Krishna was there to protect them. In this way, they proceeded toward the mouth of the gigantic figure. Krishna knew everything about Aghasura, therefore he wanted to forbid his friends to enter the demon's mouth. But in the meantime, all the cowherd boys, along with their groups of calves, entered the mouth of that gigantic figure. Krishna was waiting outside, and Aghasura was waiting for Krishna, thinking that as soon as Krishna entered, he would close his mouth so that everyone would die. While waiting for Krishna, he refrained from swallowing the boys. In the meantime, Krishna was thinking of how to save the boys and kill Aghasura. Thus he entered the mouth of the gigantic Asura, and when he was within the demon's mouth, along with his friends, he expanded his body to such an extent that the Asura suffocated and died. After this, Krishna, by casting his nectarian glance upon his friends, brought them back to life. And with pleasure, they all came out unhurt. Thus Krishna encouraged all the demigods and by expressed their pleasure and happiness. For a crooked, sinful person, there is no scope for sajujya mukti or becoming one with the effulgence of Krishna. But because the Supreme Personality of Godhead entered the body of Aghasura, by his touch, this demon got the opportunity to march into the existence of Brahman, effulgence, and thus attain sajujya mukti. When this pastime was performed, Krishna was only 5 years old. 1 year later, when he was 6 years old, and he stepped into the Pauganda age, this pastime was disclosed to the inhabitants of Braja. Parikshit Maharaj inquired, why is it that this pastime was disclosed only after 1 year, and yet the inhabitants of Braja thought that it had been performed that very day? With this question, the 12th chapter ends. So, okay, that's why this up to 11th chapter there was a childhood pastimes of Krishna. So this pastimes is not included in childhood pastimes, though it was happened in childhood pastimes, because this Aghasura was killed when Krishna was only 5 years old. But because after killing Aghasura, when the boys were making a picnic, then Brahma was showing from the sky. He came on his swan carrier to see how this great demon Aghasura was killed. He was inconceivable. He was such 8 miles. He spread his body. He was has a huge python, and his height was just touching to earth and touching to sky. Huge demon. So, but when Brahma came, The demon was already died. He was killed. And so after that, boys just by his nectarian glance, just Krishna make all his coward boyfriends alive again. But they did not know anything. They think you were just slept and just wake up. So they are running with Krishna. Then they sit in the bank of Jamuna for taking prasadam. Just keeping Krishna in the middle. They are all surrounding Krishna. And everyone thinking that Krishna is looking me. Krishna was sitting in such a position. All the coward boys thinking that Krishna is looking me. Just like we see Radha Gokulananda. We are standing in front. And everyone is seeing that I am seeing Radha Gokulananda. Gokulananda also looking at me. So all boys were. They are laughing, just joking. They are thinking Krishna just like one of among them. Though Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But still you are sitting with these coward boys. And one boy is telling, "Oh Krishna, my mother brought something very special, and cooked for me, very special thing. I have some special item. If you open your mouth, I will put in your mouth." But when Krishna opened, then he will put a flower. Then everyone will clap. We made Krishna April Fool. Someone tell, "Okay, Krishna, it is look tasty." He first eat a cake, first he eat, then told, "Very tasty. Krishna, take, eat." He is offering his remnant to Krishna. Krishna was eating nicely. Some like this, many things was happening. Someone, the Madhumangal will tell Krishna, "Look, Subala is asking you." Krishna just look towards Subala. Madhumangal will take 10 laddus from plate of Krishna. Krishna's laddus from Krishna's plate. So that's why Brahma was thinking, what is going on? This boy is the same person to whom in the beginning of creation I have chanted Brahma Sangita Iswara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana. Is this the same boy? Cause of all causes. Then he desired to have a test. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. Sitaram Lakshmana ki jai. So that's why Brahma, I am not going to whole story. The Brahma stolen first he stolen the calves, then after he stolen the cowherd boys. So that's why Krishna expanded himself and he made himself another set of calves and cowherd boys. And Krishna was doing that pastimes for 1 year with this. With Vishnu, they are all Vishnu Murtis. Krishna himself expanded. It is on that particular year that all the gopis were get married. Their marriage was organized. So they get married to different cowherd boys, but these cowherd boys are Vishnu's expansion of Krishna. They are not real cowherd boys. The real cowherd boys were with Brahma. Brahma has stolen them and hiding them in some caves and somewhere. Then he's coming again to see what is going on. He saw that there is another, the Krishna is again performing his pastime. There's unlimited cowherd boy, there is also calves. So that's why Brahma was really, he become astonished to see how it is possible. So that's why, because 1 year Krishna was with this his own expansion. The Lord Vishnu's, and their expansion is Vishnu's. They are all, and cowherd boys also. The cows are also expansion of Krishna. So this 1 year Krishna performed these leelas. The real cowherd boys were not there. That's why they did not know all these things. So when after they recovered from Brahma, that 1 year was passed away. These boys then come to their house. Then they inform their parents about the killing of Aghasura. That's why this news of killing of Aghasura was known to the Brajavasis after 1 year. This particular 1 year was Krishna was doing his pastimes with his own expansions. So that's why Prabhupada is writing that in his introduction that this news of killing of Aghasura. When this pastime was performed, Krishna was only 5 years old. 1 year later, when he was 6 years old, he stepped into the Pauganda age, because first there were childhood pastimes, then Pauganda pastimes. That is from 5 to childhood pastimes from up to age of 5. Then after 5, 6, from 6 to, then starting 6 to 10, this is Pauganda pastimes. So actually when Krishna was 6 years old, then the Brajavasis come to know about the killing of Aghasura. That's why this pastimes is not included in childhood pastimes. Anyhow. So we are starting this chapter that Sukadeva Goswami is describing. O King Parikshit, one day Krishna decided to take his breakfast as a picnic in the forest. Having risen early in the morning, he blew his bugle made of horn and woke all the cowherd boys and cubs with his beautiful sound. Then Krishna and the boys, keeping their respective groups of cubs before them, proceeded from Brajabhumi to forest. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that in this particular day, Balaram was not there. All cowherd boys are there, but among them Balaram was not there. Because that day the pastimes was going to be happening with a snake. It was a python, huge snake. If Balaram is present, there are no such snake pastimes. Same day also, when Kaliya was, Krishna performed pastimes with Kaliya. That day also Balaram was not there. Krishna went alone with other cowherd boys. Because in front of Balaram, no snake will come. Snake will hide. Snake cannot come in front of Balaram. He cannot have to fight. Because he is the master of all. Even master of Ananta says. Ananta says is expansion of Balaram. So that's why where Krishna performed some pastimes with some snakes, so Balaram did not go that day. He knows the mind of Krishna because Krishna wants to enjoy some pastimes. So Balaram did not want to disturb. But it is mentioned that that particular day was either Balaram's appearance day or his Janma Nakshatra was on the particular day. That's why Mother Rohini stopped Balaram to go to forest because he has to worship. They did not accept the Krishna and Balaram as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus Balaram has to worship Narayan. And they have to give some charity to the Brahmanas, to Brahmanas, Vaishnavas. That's why when this Aghasura's pastimes was happened, that day Krishna, he got up early in the morning. Then he blew his bugle, that is made of horn of buffalo horn. The Krishna started not playing flute now, but he make a sound with his bugle. Then all the cowherd boys and calves, they woke up, hearing this sound. So in this way, that hundreds and thousands of cowherd boys came out of their respective homes in Brajabhumi and joined Krishna, knowing that Krishna is asking them to this time already came to go to forest. So they joined Krishna, keeping before them their hundreds and thousands of groups of calves. The boys were very beautiful, and they were equipped with lunch bags, bugles, flutes, and sticks for controlling the calves. There is no education. In Brajabhumi, the people say they did not get any education. Now in 6 year old, then Paugandalila starting. So we are sending the boys to where? When 5 years old, we were sending them to school. But Brajavasis, this is their practical school. Because there are no other occupation than herding cows and cultivating the land, because they are Vaishyas. Krushi, Gorakhya, Vanijya. Vaishya karma, samadbhavam. These are the activities for a Vaishya. So all these cowherd boys and calves, they all united with Krishna. And the cowherd boys were very beautiful, as mentioned by Sukadeva Goswami. And they were equipped with their lunch bags. Thus we are going to school. When we are going to school, the boys are also get their tiffin. For lunch or for some tiffin, lunch bags. They bagels, their and flutes and sticks for controlling the calves. There is not anything happen nowadays like that. Even in people who are joining in school, in ISKCON, we see in even in Vrindavan, if you ask them to go serve in Gosala, they will run away from ISKCON. They don't want to serve in Gosala. But this department is whose department? Krishna's department. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He distributed all other departments to other demigods. He gave the creation department to Brahma, maintenance department to Vishnu, annihilation to Shiva, water department to Indra, fire department to fire god, like air department. He distributed all these departments to but one department he kept with him. Which department? Taking care of cows. He did not give this department to anyone. He personally take care of that department. But even nowadays we see people do not like to serve in that department. But this is most glorious department. If one serve cows, then he can please Gopal. He is Gopal. He is a supreme caretaker of the cows. If you want to please Krishna, you have to serve cows very nicely. That is his personal department. So that's why anyhow, now Krishna with other boys, they are ready to go to forest. In the fourth coming verses, we will see Sukadeva Goswami very beautifully explained when Krishna entered forest, how he looks like, how Krishna looks like. Baraha pidang nata barabapu karnayo karnikaram bibhradvasa kanaka kapisam vaijayanti chamala randhran benu adhara sudhaya purayan gopavrindai Vrindaranyang swapadaramanang pravisad gita kirti. Krishna entering Vrindavan forest for herding cows. Barha pidang, in his top of his hair, there is a peacock feather. Very curly hairs. Mother Jasoda decorated very nicely and putting a peacock feather. Barha pidang. Natavara vapu. He was looking like a dancer. He was in cheerful mood. His dress looks like a dancing boy, just going to the stage for dancing. Natavara vapu. Karnayo karnikaram. Though Mother Jasoda decorated Krishna with many jewelries, but Krishna still put a forest flowers. Karnikara, there is kaner phool. Trunadavi Prabhu knows what is kaner phool. I don't know, in London there is kaner phool here. The kaner phool, a particular types of flower, forest, Vrindavan, the forest flower. So Krishna puts that flower on his ear. He decorated that flower. That different color. There is also yellow, there is some blue, red, white. This kaner flower is in different color. Krishna nicely put this flower on his own ear. Karnayo karnikaram. Bibhradvasa kanaka kapisam. He is wearing a cloth Kanaka kapisam, that are like in molten gold color, that is pitambar. Like sometimes you decorate also Gokulananda, yellow cloth, yellow garment. That is the favorite garment for Krishna. Because this is the color of Radharani. So Krishna wants to wear that color cloth. And blue color is favorite color for Radharani because that is the color of Krishna. So they change the clothes, they like clothes on that color. So Bibrad Vasa Kanaka Kapisam is molten gold color. This pitambar he is wearing. Vaijayanti cha mala, Krishna is wearing a flower garland, known as Vaijayanti mala. See, Vaijayanti mala is not made of gold, diamond or any pearls or no. Vaijayanti mala is made of forest flowers. That is grow up in Vrindavan. The gopis, they collected the flowers, then they make a very nice flower garland. This garland must be at least 5 varieties of flowers. Maybe more, but Vaijayanti mala means there must be 5 different varieties of garland. That is favorite garland for Krishna. Vaijayanti cha mala. You wear a garland with forest flower of Vrindavan having more than 5 varieties of flowers in that garland. Vaijayanti cha mala. Randhran Venu Adhara Sudhaya. Krishna is playing his flute. Adhara Sudhaya, playing flute. Actually, this flute is drinking the nectar from the Krishna's lip. So gopis are becoming envious. What is this happening? A dry stick, bamboo stick, and he is qualified to drink all the nectars from Krishna's lip. So Adhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopovrindai. So in this way, Krishna playing his flute. He is walking in the forest of Vrindavan. He was not alone. He was surrounded by the cowherd boys. All the cowherd boys surrounding Krishna. Purayan Gopovrindai. Vrindaranyang Sopadaramadang. In this way, Krishna entering Vrindavan forest. Sopada means without any shoes, in barefoot. Still some sadhus in Vrindavan, they don't use shoes, but it is not practical nowadays. But we see, still Krishna was walking, when Krishna Balaram, they stay up to about 11 years in Brajabhumi, they never used shoes, they never used any crown, they only pagdi, they were doing as a covered by the pagdi and peacock feather, but no crown there. They was walking in bare feet. They did not use any umbrella in Vrindavan. No shoes, no crown, no umbrella in Vrindavan. So, Sopada Ramanam, Sukadeva Goswami is telling he was walking in barefoot. That's why Brajabhumi is very glorious. That is the only area where Krishna walks in barefoot. Krishna's feet directly touching earth. Other places they have shoes. He will go to Mathura and then Dwarka he started wearing shoes. Krishna started his herding cows on Gopashtami day. Gopashtami, that is in Kartik, come Gopashtami. And Mother Jasoda did not want Krishna to go to forest. But Krishna has a great desire to go to forest with cows and cowherd boys. So anyhow, finally, when this Ishtagoshti happened, Nanda Maharaj agreed, all cowherd men agreed, okay, Krishna can go to forest. Then Mother Jasoda made very nice shoes for Krishna and Balaram. Very nice shoes. And putting so many jewelries on that shoes, very nice. Then Krishna asked, Mother, this shoes for whom? He told, this is for one pair for you and another for your Dauji, Balaram. You have to wear this. Then what is about this umbrella? Jasoda also made umbrella. Krishna told. He told, it is one for you and one for Balaram. Krishna told, okay, what is about my other cowherd boyfriends? They also go with me to forest. Mother Jasoda told, don't worry. I will tell their fathers and mothers, they will supply them. If they could not, we will supply. We will give you all the cowherd boys, umbrella and shoes. Just you accept this. Then Krishna told, okay mother, what is about my My calves and cows, what happened? What is there for them? My name is Gopal. I have to take care of the cows and calves. If my calves and cows have no shoes, then how can I use shoes? I have to take care of them. An umbrella. If every cow and calf they have an umbrella, then I can use an umbrella. In this way, Krishna never used any shoes, neither umbrella or crown in Brajabhumi. That is the glories of Brajabhumi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are running after cows and calves without any shoes. That's why gopis were sitting in Vrindavan in their house. They are lamenting, they are crying. Because thinking Krishna was running, walking in the Brajabhumi, in barefoot. What is going on? There are so many thorns. They may be hurting Krishna. Thinking in this way, they are crying. This is the Brajavasi's love for Krishna. So, then we can see how Krishna is entering Vrindavan forest. Sopada Ramanang, Prabhisad Gita Kirti, the boys were chanting and loudly singing different pastimes of Krishna. That happened just one day before yesterday. Every day, practically, Krishna was killing some demon. Sometimes 2, 3. So that is a spot there is a spotting activity for the cowherd boys. That's chanting the glories of Krishna and Balaram, making very nice songs. In this way, Krishna, along with other cowherd boys, and specifically in this particular day, killing of the demon Aghasura, Balaram was not present there. So they all enter forest. So Sukadeva, the particular verse is written today. It is mentioning that Krishna Vatsair Asankhyatai. In this verse, word Krishna Vatsair Asankhyatai is significant. Prabhupada is writing in his purport. This is very significant. If you read this purport, I already read, this purport is exactly the English translation of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport. This purport is written by same, it is just Prabhupada purport is just translation, English translation. Prabhupada never speculated anything. He just read, after reading all the Acharya's commentary, he gave the essence to us. So, in a original commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Krishnasya tu vatsair asankhyatai asankhyasya sangya asankhyair iti arthaha. A long commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti, and Prabhupada gave just the English translation. So that's why Prabhupada is telling, the word asang, this is very important word in this verse, Krishna Vatsair Asankhyatai are significant. The word Asankhyata means unlimited. Unlimited means unlimited. You cannot count, it is uncountable. You cannot count it. That's why he told unlimited or Asankhyata. Krishna, we may speak of hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions, trillions, tens of trillions, and so on. But when we go further to speak of numbers impossible for us to count, we are speaking of unlimited numbers. Such unlimited numbers are indicated here by the words asankhyatai. Cannot count. There are so many that the calves, the other calf and the cowherd boys, they hearing Krishna's sound of his bugle sound, then they come. But that the calves of all other cowherd boys, they make together. But Krishna's cow is more than that. Sorry, Krishna's calves more than that. So it is asankhyata. Asankhyata, you cannot count it, the cows, how many cows. So how it is possible? Cannot count it. Then this Brajabhumi, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wrote that, Nacha Sodasa Krosi Matrasya Vrindavanasya Pradeshe Tavanto Vatsa Naiva Bhanti Iti. If there are uncountable calves, what is the circumference of Vrindavan? It's telling, and that Sodasa Krosi. Sodasa Krosi means 32 miles. Then 32 miles area, how these uncountable calves are there? If they cannot be countable, so he's telling, षोडश कृष्ण मात्र से वृंदावन से प्रदेशे तावंती वत्सा नैव भांति इति. How it is possible? Unlimited crops, and they should also need unlimited land. So that's why Prabhupada is writing that our senses cannot be perceived. How he could keep an unlimited number of cows, have unlimited space in which to do so. But this is answered, and this is very difficult to understand. With our material senses, we cannot understand this inconceivable. This is the divine pastimes of Krishna and his cowherd boys, and pastimes herding the calves. With our material senses, we cannot imagine this. Simply you have to accept the statement that is made by Sukadeva Goswami. That is, Krishna Vatsair Asankhyaatair. So, that's why they are unlimited calves. And not like our Gosala. Now we are opening Gosala and maybe very big, huge, maybe 1 lakh cows or 1 crore cows, but still Krishna's herding, and nowadays we are herding cows. It's very different. We are making Gosala and just we are a particular area, we just supplying them food and drinking, food and water. But Krishna was not like that. Krishna was taking the calves, then they are freely moving everywhere, forest. Nowadays it is not possible to follow the footprints of Krishna. Krishna was not just keeping cows or calves in one place and supplying their food and all these things. They are not allowed to go out. That was not the situation. The huge forest Vrindavan, there are 12 forests. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Yes. 12 forests of Vrindavan, they are moving freely everywhere. Today this forest, next day other forest, like this, 12 forests. So, anyhow, the Krishna's pastimes, that's why Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur telling that there, we cannot think, our senses cannot perceive, because we have material senses. Prabhupada quoted that Ata Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahya indriyai. Our senses cannot think about Krishna, how Krishna's pastimes is going on. Krishna and his names, in his activities, they are all transcendental. They are unlimited. We cannot imagine these things. So Prabhupada is writing that this proof is also in Bruhat Bhagavatamrita. Sanatana Goswami is telling, Evam prabho priyanam cha dhamnascha samayasya cha abhichintya prabhavatvad atra kinchin na durghatam. Sanatana Goswami said in the Brihat Bhagavatamrita states that since everything about Krishna is unlimited, nothing is impossible for him. It is in the sense that we have to understand this verse. In this, so Prabhupada is also telling in the purport that Krishna is Parabrahman. Brahman, the word Brahman means unlimited, and Parabrahman is also unlimited, but supremely unlimited. We cannot count these things. His cows and calves are unlimited. That's why he is known as Parabrahman, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitrang Paramam Bhavan, Purusam Saswatam Divyam, Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. Who told this? Arjuna. Arjuna prayed in 10th chapter. 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita, 12th verse. He told, Param Brahma, Param Dha, he is everything, unlimited. Param Brahma means unlimited. His opulence is unlimited. You cannot imagine this. His Dhama is also Param, he is also unlimited. He is always Pavitra, auspicious. He is Bhagavan. He is the Purusha, and he is from time immemorial. He is Adi Deva. And Ajam. There is no father, he is the father of all living entities. No one is his father. In this way, this Krishna's pastimes is going on. We will read again and again in this chapter. The pastimes will be described. So, for today, just this verse is telling up to this, that Krishna's calves and are unlimited, in this verse is telling. And Krishna was going to forest with his unlimited cowherd boys, with unlimited calves, entering Vrindavan forest. This word also, in this verse is also another word is very important. Bijahus. Bijahus means enjoying. So in the forthcoming verses, in 11th verse, this Bijahu also used there. Very famous verse. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradevatena maya sistanam naradarakena sakam bijahu kita punya punja. Here is the word bijahu also used. So, that is Sukadeva Goswami is telling, the cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of pious activities for many, many lives, we are able to associate with, in this way, with Supreme Personality of Godhead. How can one explain this? Their great fortune. They are enjoying with Krishna. So if one is thinking that I have to play with Krishna, go hiding in forest with Krishna, then he has to follow the footprints of the cowherd boys. This cowherd boys, by reading Bhagavatam, regularly hearing this his herding and the pastimes of herding cows and calves, one can develop his interest in that way. So, okay, Hare Krishna. So, any question or comment?